That's an interesting change. All right, so we are starting the stream. So this is officially going to be Act 2 of this campaign. Now, the reason I'm kind of making a big deal is because this is kind of where the story's going to progress in kind of a more unique way. So the players already took care of everything, with Valineth, and they have their new quest. So I think I want to start the stream with a little bit of reflection on what happened so far. And maybe go over our characters again for anyone who's just tuning in. So I guess I'll start with going over the story, or do you think we should do characters first?
Characters.
Why don't you do the story?
No, I say characters.
Fucking okay.
All right, you sound all right. So Thoradin, you can go first.
Oh fuck. I knew that was coming. So, I mean, what are you asking here? How much knowledge do you want? Do you want to know what he ate last Tuesday?
So tell us who Thoradin is, and maybe tell us the opinion of the journey he's been on.
Okay. Let me just pull up my notes for dummies here. So I'm blanking on where he came. Why'd you have to put me first?
Because
okay. So he's a dwarf that came from one of the last dwarven strongholds of Calderel, which is also fallen now, has it not?
Yep.
Yes, which is the whole reason that he left. He managed to get out of that whole situation, and he made his way to the White Eye Watch, where he basically signed up to be a paragon. He stayed there for how many years was I thinking?
I think 20 or 30.
Bunch.
A bunch, yeah. We'll go with a bunch. And he met another dwarf there, Bodris Bonemail, who ended up being like his mentor, and who's also suspected as one of the last Thanes of dwarven kind. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, he's a dwarf fighter. Pretty simple, but he acts as kind of like the dad of the bunch, or at least tries to. Oh, we got something.
Yeah, we got a sub. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, that's Hammer.
Oh,
good man, Hammer.
Nice.
I think it's Hammer. Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What else do you need to know about him?
I don't know. Do we want to do maybe opinions on the journey and their thoughts, or do we just want to stick to basic descriptions?
Basic descriptions for me, at least right now.
Okay.
You kind of threw a wrench in the everything in the last session.
What are you talking about?
We kind of went from, okay, go stop an assassin guy at weddings to, oh, demons.
I mean, that was just a little side thing.
Oh,
I mean,
just a
just
little
side thing.
a little foreshadowing on all your characters' downfalls. That's all. But who wants to go next?
I think you should nominate someone.
All right. How about Cleo?
Fucking okay. No one
I'm
can
just gonna
fucking-
pick whoever talks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. All right. My name is I play Cleo, the human warlock. She is a hexblade warlock, which means she's kind of a frontline fighter. And she came to White Eye Watch, the place where all this group was put together. A very traumatized individual. Last session, she told Zutar about the death of two of her closest friends, Hawthorne and Sarah. So that's part of what she's got going on. But she worked in the stables for a few years at White Eye Watch before finally entering the Paragon program. And being placed in a group with these lovely folks. Yeah, she's kind of still trying to figure out where her powers come from, which most recently everyone was finally able to see her her patron, Sereth, who's a little blue lady who follows her around.
Who may or may not be evil.
Who may or may not be evil and trying to cut my face off, but you know.
Details.
Find out.
She doesn't seem threatening at the moment.
I mean, losing her face is a minor setback.
You know, she already has a massive scar. Like, actually, it's on this side, but whatever. Anyway, that's pretty much what I got.
Nice.
Now everyone's quiet. We're gonna go with Zootar.
Alright.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to get you to speak.
So I play Zootar. He is a half-orc. He came to White Eye Watch as an infant. His mother was captured by orcs, and that's how he happened. He was raised by the, priestly fellows at White Eye Watch. And at when he reached 11, 12, 13, the guy who was the most close to him as his father figure gave him a letter that his mother had left with him for him to read when he came of age, telling him the whole story about how he came to be, and it's led to him it put him in a bit of a yucky place, and he ended up beating the shit out of somebody, and understanding that the orc part of him was very dangerous, he decided to become a life cleric of Helm, and yeah, that's who he is. As for the journey so far, I think at the precise moment, he's definitely had ups and downs. He was actually reunited with his mother, met her husband. I don't know if you could really call him his stepfather, but met his two little half-brothers. But also, as of last session, he ended up losing control and went full orc. Granted, it was on a demon and not on, an innocent person with feelings that we care about. But yeah, so he's kind of in a weird place at the moment because he hasn't lost his cool like that since he was, a child, and he's very afraid. Child. Okay.
All right. So I heard Yuri last, so
Great.
I heard it.
I stabbed her in the
Yeah,
stomach.
you just literally like poked me in the stomach.
Well, now you gotta go because you made a
A
noise.
castle thing would make you puke on stream.
Gotta go right now.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
So Yuri is a human arcane trickster rogue. She came to White Eye Watch about 5 years ago after her entire hometown mysteriously disappeared one night. She has recently learned that it probably was due to some sort of portal magic, and she's very distressed about the fact that her family might be trapped somewhere in the abyss. There's so many things I could say, but those are the main things.
Well, if you want, everyone can talk about the basic things, and as I kind of recap what happened so far, you guys can chime in with your own characters, like, oh, this was important to them because XYZ,
Right.
kind of thing.
I feel like for Yuri, at the beginning of the journey, she was a lot more, she believed in herself a lot more and her abilities, and as they've kind of gone on this journey, she has lost a lot of faith because the enemies that we're facing keep getting bigger and bigger and out of what she knows she's capable of handling, and all the people that she's been friends with and have had ties to have kind of been completely cut off besides this core group. So she is definitely struggling a little bit, and also she knows that she has to help the group with their goals, but she also very much has her own goals. that she wants to achieve but can't right now because of her lack of knowledge and ability, and that's very frustrating for her.
Okay. All right. So last.
Really?
Really?
Just had to sneak one of those
God. Oh God. Are we gonna start doing this now?
Apparently.
in. Few and far in
Yeah.
between. I don't want to make. I don't want it to get old.
All right.
Can we
Well-
make a pun?
Well, can I get a hail? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, hail.
I'm Hale, is the character. I am an Air Genasi bard. I have the College of Lore, I think, which means I can't remember. I meant
That's
to
okay.
look. But that means books and music. Those are two things that I know. I grew up. My parents are Paragons, and I grew up in Boulder Vale Post, which is where we are currently headed. So I'm excited for that. So far, the journey has been pretty okay. No one's died yet, and we've adopted 2 children.
Oh my god.
So,
That's been stressful.
yeah, that is stressful. Hard. Especially when one of them has and the other eats pine cones. So she was doing fairly okay, I think, until the last session. Got a demon and got really fucked up paintings. And
Everybody got fucked up paintings.
Yeah, I think that's gonna put her off her mojo a little bit. Just because hers was very clearly everyone she cared about being dead. And then she was the only one left. So I think it's gonna
Just cracked a beer.
knock her on her ass a little bit.
It's like
Yup.
everyone's
That's
dead.
the sound effect.
That's basically what I heard.
I don't know if we can edit a sound, but we should do that. It's just Mariah saying everyone's dead and then a crack open a beer noise. We can use that as a sound thing.
There's your first TikTok clip.
Right.
I don't want to get some.
Anything else, Hale?
Blue.
Dabbity.
No, if that was
Blue.
obvious or not.
Blue. She is blue. Very
Yeah.
blue.
And probably sad.
She's blue and she's blue.
Yeah.
Everyone
She's
is
blue
sad
in
in
more
this
ways than
party except Thoradin.
I feel like
As far as you know.
I think
Yeah.
Thoradin's just permanent, and so it's just
Thoradin
sort of,
has
he
a tough
can't
skin
tell
at this
anymore.
point.
Right. Yeah, he has to be the not sad one for everyone else who is sad.
Excuse you, Cleo's the one who dragged Zutar out of the depth at the end of last session.
Yeah, which I have to say
Hey,
again,
I
the
snapped some
Academy,
chains too.
the
That's true. That was
Academy Award of role playing at the end of last session. So actually, I got a quick question. Speaking of the painting, who kept their painting? I know Zutar
I did.
destroyed his.
I still have my painting.
Yeah.
Does everyone has theirs but Zutar?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Zutar is dead.
Rob texted me to ask about that earlier, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I mean, I'd like to say someone might have picked up.
Well,
the
she did
pieces,
it.
but-
Hale did a detect magic on it, right? And she didn't detect
Yeah.
anything. So I figured,
Yeah.
okay,
so
it's
I
not.
think they're okay.
This is not a Dorian Gray situation. I'd hope.
Yeah.
But I feel like, is there any way? That's metagaming.
All right. So I guess we'll do a recap real quick, and like I said, if you guys want to chime in on certain key aspects that happen for your character and all that. So to kind of go over this, this campaign takes place in the Kingdom of Myshall. It is essentially 3 elven kingdoms that work in cooperation with one another: the High Elves, the Wood Elves, and the Drow. They all have their own kind of separate kingdoms. But again, they kind of work together, and it's just simply known as Myshall. Because the elves are very politicking, very Game of Thrones-esque, there was a decision to make a group of people called the Paragons. And the Paragons are very much a professional kind of adventurers guild that almost trains them like a small army. Now the Paragons, you can kind of look at them like, you know, the Night's Watch or Witchers or Grey Wardens. You know, they kind of just about let anyone in who's willing to fight and contribute. So you get all sorts of walk of life. I mean, this party, you know, has a few outcasts, right? You know, you got a half orc, you got a air genasi, you got a dwarf with no home. So
And a human with no home.
Oh well, they might have a home. Just it might be in a different plane.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
So, the player started off at What I Watch, which is the most northern kind of fortress within Myshall, and particularly its strategic location is to watch something called the Mouth of the North, which guards basically the kind of winter icy wastelands where a lot of the orcs, the trolls, and mostly they're known as kind of the cult of Grumsh is kind of all the bad things that happen up north. And really, if they decide to march an army through, What I Watch is the first defense, and also, you know, it's the first to alert everyone. So these characters, the party, have been training together. Typically, when you're in your training, you work together in groups. That way, you know, you kind of have a wide variety of skills. When you're training each other, you know, you can kind of deal with situations and all that while you learn to survive. So once you get your honors, that means you're officially a paragon and you can kind of go out into the world and do whatever. So it started off with the players not having their honors. And they're getting close. They knew that kind of their task that would give them their honors was coming, but they didn't have it quite yet. So at the beginning of the story, the heir to the throne, Prince Valineth, came for a visit to White Eye Watch. His family has been known, the Analan family has been known to be the most supportive of the Paragons, so that is why White Eye Watch is often considered the best well-equipped, the best trained Paragons of all of them, mostly due to his family. So he showed up because he likes to show up once in a while, but he had news that he wanted to tell the leader of White Eye Watch about an agent who seems to be attacking noble heirs at around their wedding. They're killing all the guards. They're killing, you know, all the bodyguards, the royal guard, but they're not actually harming the nobles themselves. They're being fed this strange liquid that seems to have no adverse effects. And also the agent has this sort of kind of powder bomb that when it's inhaled, it silences you. So they're able to quickly disable any powerful casters and go in for the job. Nobody's been able to find this. I think they've established it's a orc of some sort. So
did we establish if the powder bomb is permanent or temporary?
It's temporary.
Yeah, because the prince got his voice back.
Oh, okay, cool, thanks.
And I just realized that.
And that's the only effect that we know that.
Right. So after a night of partying, Prince Valineth left early in the morning, and then a freak blizzard happened. So it was up to the party to go make sure that Prince Valineth was okay. So what they found was that his carriage and his guard were killed, and Prince Valineth was brought to some elven ruins where they were about to feed him this gunk from a cauldron. And the party came in, they killed him, or they killed the orcs. They didn't kill Valineth. Mm-hmm. They killed the orcs that captured him, and they saved Valineth. So because of that, they received their honors, and their next job was to escort Valineth to the capital, Sanaya Anor. So while that happened, they went through Icemeet. Zutar met his mother. And then they went through ice. Then they arrived at Sanaya Anor. A lot of stuff happened, but most importantly, the party was able to get a boon from the king of their choice. Now, does everybody want to go over their boons?
Sure.
Yeah. My boon was to get assistance from the best craftsmen of the lands to help me create a new weapon, a warhammer.
My boon was to boost funding towards Boulder Vale Post, another Paragon outpost.
Yuri's was, of course, assistance in opening a portal to try to save her family.
Zutar's was to ensure that his family's needs were forever looked after.
Hale
Choice.
took a rain check.
That's
Hale
Hey.
is in that boon on the back burner for now for when they need a king's favor in the future. Because
You know what? I'm glad we went over that again because you just never know when that's gonna pop up again, right? So I'm actually kind of happy we're
He's
going
like staring.
over.
You never know when it's
You
going to
never
happen.
know. So after that, the players were told to assist the Nolan family once again. They believe that they know when this agent, this assassin, is going to strike again at a wedding, out in kind of a getaway location outside of a city of 5 Valinor. And they kind of took the long way to get there. The wedding's happening in 3 weeks, and they've spent about a week on the road, taking a long way.
Y'all,
So
we want to go stop this assassin and then get turned at a wedding. It's gonna be great.
so
Kingslayer up in this house. Oh, Slayer, sorry.
So also what happened during this journey, they found a young half-elf child on the road whose name's Cedric, whose family was killed and eaten by ogres. And they also discovered a goblin named Familiar who seemed to belong to a wizard who got stabbed a lot by a bandit group known as the Kings of Myshall. So for now, Familiar has joined the party, and he eats pine cones.
He's like our pet. Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
call him our child.
We're domestic. We're in the process of domesticating him.
He now
Eat
poops
something.
on newspapers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were making progress.
He still barks at strangers, though.
Yeah.
Somebody
I mean,
do like-
just-
The
I just picture
mailman
you
still
doing-
wears toe armor.
I just picture you doing the dog whisper thing. You're like, "Tsk," and you do his neck. He's like, ah, and then he exposes his belly. He's
He wasn't socialized well at a young age, so we're kind of having to make up for that.
yeah, obviously his wizard master wasn't nice to him. He was,
He's probably never seen other people before.
yeah, not really. You're kind of definitely getting that. Maybe he once or twice saw another person, but he was mostly kept in his
But,
cage.
But are goblins people?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yes, they have
Yeah,
thoughts and they have feelings.
Goblin
Yeah.
rights 2020.
Are
Hell
orcs
yeah.
people?
Goblin writes in the chats, lads.
I know. Goblin writes. Goblin writes.
He has to say it as he spells it to help him.
Yep, it's true. It's true. So, and I guess we'll go over what happened last session because you guys really liked the last session, which was supposed to be our Halloween filler, but it turned into so much more. It turned into
It
apparently
turned
the
into
most
a
dramatic.
mind fuck for everyone.
I know, it turned into the most like traumatizing session. So they met a drow painter, a famous drow painter on the road who
Exploded.
he well before he exploded.
He did other things.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I have a soundbite for that. Is it okay if I
Okay.
play a soundbite?
Yes,
Um,
you have 5 seconds to play the soundbite.
I can't find it. Never mind. I'll play it
All
when,
right.
when it's time.
All right. And he's a famous drow painter. He was looking to kind of fall in his
found it.
groove. Okay.
No. Get set me up for it. Do the thing and say when he
Okay.
explodes, and I'll.
All right. So he. Oh Jesus, I'm terrified. All right, so he kind of went to the redwood forest, and he's trying to do his landscaping. Party comes across. He says, "Oh, I haven't painted people in a while. You guys are paragons. I'm gonna do something nice." But his portrait started coming out to be really really dark things. foreshadowing. And once the players kind of figured out something was wrong, they found out he was possessed or he was followed by a demon. When Hale chucked an attack at the demon, it took physical form to defend itself, and the artist exploded.
What the fuck?
Like, where's that going?
Oh man, this is top quality internet content right here.
Production value.
So they found out it was a very powerful demon of art, trickery, and fortune telling called Galadriel, and they didn't banish him. They managed to just make his physical form not able to maintain. So
he was pretty fun to draw.
Yeah, you did awesome art. If you haven't followed the Instagram, I am starting to post Kai's art, which is just look for Table Troop on Instagram. It's great. It's fantastic. You made him a lot scarier than I had.
He
in my
was
own head.
terrifying.
I will try to find a way to incorporate the art in here, so when things like that come up, I can just be like, "Look at this shit."
Yeah. I mean, honestly, just have any art that Kai makes on hand, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now what's happening is the party is making their way to Bouldervale Post, which is kind of the home of two of the characters, Hale and Cleo. So this is going to be a bit of a homecoming for them. The rest of the party is, it's part of the journey to 5 Valinor. I imagine that the party will want to hang around for a bit, just because they've never been there. So the first thing I would like everyone but Hale and Cleo to roll history check.
Oh, history checks.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
not very good at that. No, I'm okay.
Solid.
That's a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you actually have pretty good history.
9.
17.
All right, so Zutar. Okay, so Zutar and Thoradin. You guys kind of know about Bouldervale Post. It's very much built in kind of the more Wood Elf style. So you also know that Bouldervale Post is more kind of a small town rather than an actual fortress. Its walls very much blend in with nature. They definitely use the thick, tall redwoods as, part of the wall, any kind of rocky alcoves and stuff like that.
So you say they use it as part of the structure. Is it like a druidic type of thing, or they're just like using the wood like as in like log cabin type of thing, like they're using the surrounding materials?
It's a very hybrid-esque thing. I'm trying to think of the best example, but I can't think of anything visual to quite describe it. So
they grew the trees into the walls.
Yeah, pretty much. And anyone who's know what a redwood looks like, it would probably take you a long time to burn through one or even hack through one, right?
Right.
So, and these are also like fantasy redwoods too. So they're slightly more extreme than regular redwoods. So,
sorry.
So it's like a wall, but instead of like having towers,
instead of like a straight stone wall, it's like there's stone wall, like tree, stone wall, like cliff, stone wall kind of thing.
I have a very cool
Kai,
mental image.
Yes. Kai, get a drawing going. Have it ready in the next 30 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will do my best.
And
Let's go.
also be your character and also maintain character the whole time.
Okay.
Keep track of your own character
We never
sheet.
talked about whether or not Yuri can draw. Maybe she can.
Maybe she can.
I mean, I wouldn't think too well, but
We've had a long rest by now, right?
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
Oh shit, that's right.
Boulderville Post?
Oh yeah, heal yourselves. Heal your asses.
Use spell
Yeah, I
slots
can't
back.
it's okay.
I used most of them.
Heal your asses.
The unfortunate part of me not having a computer is I have to do all my shit on my phone.
It happens.
Because otherwise Billy will beat my ass for switching out of the Zoom.
All right. So, as you guys are approaching this kind of unique hybrid, and you kind of see the gates, Cleo and Hale, this is... You might have some butterflies, whether those butterflies are good or on fire.
Before we get there, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I can do it later.
No. Well, what is it?
I just wanted to have a chat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Have a chat.
Okay. So, at some point after, the fight, and before we get to Boulder Vero Pose, Yuri wants to talk to Cleo.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit.
That's okay.
We have a cart now, right?
Yeah, you have a wagon, and actually Cedric's steering it now.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, Cedric's comfortable with it because he did it on the farm.
Sure.
Listen, we're
Okay.
we're focusing his energies towards driving and doing something. He has a task now, so he's not focused on killing Familiar.
Well, Familiar's with him.
Yeah,
Well,
They're
at the end,
friends now.
remember, at the end,
Now.
they ran, Familiar and Cedric ran away from the fight, and we saw from the tracks that Cedric actually picked Familiar up, carried him, they found a tree, and just, scurried up the tree and hung out up there until, business was taken care of. They're like
The
this.
10-year-old
Taking care
half-elf
of business.
They're twins.
Anyway, yeah, at some point in this journey, Yuri's going to go to Cleo when, the others aren't really around. Can I talk to you, Cleo, for a minute?
Yes, of course. Do you want to go off? We can take a walk.
Sure, yeah, I think that might be a good idea.
Can I say this party also just respects each other's privacy? I could totally see if Yuri and Cleo just kind of drop back, everyone else is just fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck you think you're going?
Not
We've known each other long enough.
You're not 100 feet behind, but enough
Yeah.
so that we can talk and not be totally interrupted. And Yuri is also very obviously nervous about what she wants to say, but I am not good enough. Not with magic. And I know I shouldn't be asking this, but how did you make your deal and get more magic? Because I think that's the only way I can get my family back if I do something like that.
Well, first of all, I would like to caution you that for quite some time, my deal was very much a source of stress. I didn't know who I bargained with. I didn't know what they wanted. I barely even heard anything from them except for knowing that I had my powers. I was in a very similar place as you are right now, hopeless and needing magic to succeed.
It doesn't matter what happens to me, as long as I can help them. My whole family were these incredibly powerful mages, and I was the only one who wasn't. And I was okay with that, but I'm the only one who can help them right now, and I need magic to do that, and this is the only way I know how to get it. And so I'm willing to risk myself because I don't really matter that much.
That's not true.
So Sereth would actually like to butt into this conversation.
Yeah, Sereth is also around.
So, so for those joining, Sereth's a little blue lady that follows Cleo. That's apparently her patron. So Sereth, floats in. She says, well, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, I was able to come through, I guess, through a circle of mushrooms. Maybe we just need to get you some mushrooms. Or if they're in the abyss, maybe we put you in a circle of fire and you come out on a circle of fire on the other side.
That's an interesting idea, Sareth. But even if something like that works, I still need to be more than what I am. And I don't have the time to study magic, and it doesn't come naturally to me. And this is the only other way I know.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll see if there's anything I can do to help, but I guess we'll just see if anything comes up and we can react and try and help you.
Yes, because you are not alone. You have me and Thornton and Zutar and Hale. You have your boon from the king.
I know.
Between the four of us, the five of us, we have allies. We have friends. It doesn't have to be just you.
No, not at all.
I can't.
Sarah's too.
I can't ask you guys to risk your lives for me when you don't have any stakes in this game. It wouldn't be fair.
Well, I mean, after this wedding, we're free, right?
Yeah, we don't have anything else on the agenda.
So, I mean, I'm sure if you ask everyone, they'll come help you.
You've been helping us this entire time. And if I'm completely honest, it's not true that all of us have no interest in the various planes. Sareth and I are still trying to figure things out, and I think that might be part of it. So if you want to believe that we're only helping you for selfish reasons and not because we care about you, then believe that. But no, it's not the truth.
I know we're friends, Cleo, and I know we're all friends to a certain extent, but even if you were to help me, even if I could accept your help, I want to be on the same level as the rest of you. I don't want to be the link that drags you guys down.
Well, that's not going to happen. Because
But
we're
it
all
will
equals
happen.
here, right?
What makes you think that it will happen?
You don't understand. When I was growing up, everything was magic, and I didn't have any. And I was weaker than my sister, weaker than my parents, weaker than everyone in my hometown. And now they're all gone, and I'm still here for some reason. And I'm the only one
who can rescue them.
Yes.
You're here because you can rescue them.
Oh, I have an idea what might help you, Yuri.
What?
I'm going to see if that bottle Zutar's drinking, it seems to make him calm down. Maybe it'll help you. I'll go ask him.
Sarah, maybe this is...
So Sarah flies over to you, Zutar. She's like, "Hey, Zutar, if it's not too much to ask, that bottle you drink that seems to make you calm down, do you think you could give that to Yuri?"
I look at Sarah, kind of confused for a minute, like I'm still adjusting-ish to this tiny blue little fairy just randomly coming up and talking to me. I'm just like, so I look over my shoulder at Yuri. I pull out the bottle of apple brandy, apple brandy, and I just hold it up.
So much appy brandy.
I hold it up, to like, ask, if she wants any.
Yeah, I guess I'll reach out and take it. I feel like saying no to Sareth is like saying no to a toddler.
Guys, we actually have 3 children.
I know.
Pretty much.
I won't take a very large sip, but kind of like a half-hearted, thanks, I'm indulging you, kind of a sip, but she's still very frustrated.
Oh,
thanks for the cheer, Jim.
Yeah, Jim gave us a cheer when Yuri drank.
Oh.
So, cheers.
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 All right, so Anybody else want to have some party banter?
My feet are aching. How long till we get there?
You could just ride the wagon.
I could do
We
that.
also find a pony.
Problem
or-
solved.
You have a horse.
I know, but sitting on the saddle and my feet, and I don't. Shut up.
My ass hurts. My feet hurt.
Are we almost there?
You're such a baby.
Zutar.
Eh.
Zutar.
What?
There you are. You want some ale?
I hold up the bottle and I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, I know, but I want to use this thing.
He's like, oh, okay.
Phil.
I reach out. I think I'm just like, hand it back. I watch intently, waiting for him to do the thing
Do the thing.
Oh, that is sexy.
with your Stein.
Oh yeah. No. I definitely do that.
Okay. So when he does it, Zutar's probably a little tipsy right now, but every time, like,
Don't
Thornton-
tipsy and ride. Don't drink
Every
and
ti-
drive.
every time Thornton does the thing with his magically refilling
Mug. Yeah.
mug, Zutar just goes, it's fun.
All right. That's all I had.
Does this is kind of an off-topic question, sort of. Does Bouldervale Post have like an insignia, like the White Eye Watch has the eye?
Yeah, it's a rock, and then it's kind of like two trees flanking the rock.
Okay, cool.
So, any other party banter?
No, just small chit chat from Thornton. Nothing intense per se. He definitely hasn't taken out the portrait since he tucked it away.
Yeah,
So
I
he's-
imagine it's all in the wagon at this point.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, so
Yuri is very much just kind of sitting in the cart, not talking to anyone, like air of don't approach me, I angry.
I'll send Sarah over to sit with her. Don't bother her. Just sit with her.
okay. So, yeah, as you guys are traveling down the path, you see Boulderville Post in the distance. You're kind of coming up from higher ground, and you can kind of see the size of it, and it's enormous compared to White Eye Watch, really, as far as like actual thing, and it's kind of in the middle of the forest. You haven't seen a town or anything really in 3 or 4 days, so this is kind of the first civilization you've seen. So gates open up, they see that you're paragons, so typical thing. Some paragon comes up to you and he's like, oh, who are you guys?
Leo's gonna put her foot up and kind of go to the back.
Hale is
Sure.
gonna lean forward and just wave at them and see if they her.
Hello there. We're paragons from White Eye Watch.
Oh yeah, we see your emblem. Oh, is that Hale Buckman?
Uh,
Hello.
yeah. How do you know Hale
Oh.
Buckman?
Oh, Hale Buckman's from here. I'm sure
Oh,
her
is she?
parents will be
That's right. I
thrilled.
think I recall that.
Should we let your dad know you're here?
Yes, I have written.
Papa Buckman.
Yes, I have written them so that they know that we are coming. But it's been a while since I sent a letter, so
Oh, of course, of
I
course.
don't know why I it letter like that.
A letter.
Oh, of course.
The tour.
Let us take your horse and your wagon real quick, and you guys can be about your business. Yuri and Cleo, can you make me a perception check?
Dun, 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 dun.
+5.
Oh, 23.
9.
Got a 23?
Yuri.
All right. So you see from one of the nearby buildings, kind of on the second floor, you see a tiefling looking out the window, kind of very interested in something in your wagon. And then he kind of disappears into the windowsill.
That's encouraging.
And Cleo, you don't see anything.
Cool.
So what's the party gonna do? Are you guys gonna go, meet the leader? You guys gonna go to Hale's?
What time of day is it?
It's a bit before noon, so you guys had breakfast on the
definitely
road.
Looking for a hot meal then, and a
Oh,
place to sit and relax.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that
Alright.
be Hales or a tavern.
I guess that's up to Hale.
Yes, we could go and visit. See, I'm sure my mother has some food for us.
Would that be too much of an inconvenience, though?
Maybe. Ooh,
Maybe.
Maybe.
He'll put him out of house and home.
oh no, we'll be fine. I'll help. I'm sure
Alright.
my
All right.
brother excited to meet some new paragons.
Okay,
To
so
Hales then.
So yeah, you guys kind of go through, and again, very different. There's houses, there's small farms, kind of going through, and Hale kind of takes the lead, and
And I start out houses and like people that I know that live there.
yeah, and Cedric is kind of guiding Familiar to kind of be in the center, so he's not drawing any attention. So. Yeah, eventually you get to this very nice kind of farmhouse. It's definitely one of the nicer houses. 2 floors, and just very nice. Well kept. What color is your parents' house, Hale?
Please don't say
Green.
blue. Okay.
Oh, green.
All right, so yeah, it's got a nice kind of earthly green to kind of mix in with the theme. So I guess you're gonna go knock on the door, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Hale is definitely leading the way here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
an older human woman answers the door, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, it's Hale!" So, so she goes in immediately to kind of hug you, Hale. And she's obviously taller than you, so she kind of does like a little lift hug.
Yeah.
So she goes, "Oh my gosh, I was not expecting you today. Oh, I look dreadful. Let me go.
You look lovely.
Let me go get the boys. Come in. I'm so sorry. These are your friends. Yes. Okay. Yes. Oh goodness.
This is Cleo and Thornton, Harry, and this is Zutar. Oh, and this is Cedric. And since I last wrote, we have met a new friend, and his name is Familiar. And we don't mention that's weird.
Okay. Right. Yes. Come in. Seat yourself. So they have a very nice living room with, the hearth going. They have some nice sofas, a nice little personal library. They have a couple of barrels of some sort of liquor or wine lined up there. And they go, "Oh, help yourself. I'm going." Oh, very cool. Very cool. That makes me happy. So she goes, yes. Seat yourselves. I just baked some bread. I have to go through the pantries now. Does anyone have any allergies?
No.
Does anyone?
What's an allergy?
An allergy is when you eat a food and then you get itchy, or you might die. I don't, sometimes people have these things.
And then they die.
So yes, seat yourselves.
Let me help you.
Oh, sure, yes.
I know
So
where
now,
things are.
it's like that weird situation where you're over at a friend's house for the first
they
time, but
leave
they
you.
leave you.
Oh yeah. I set
Yep.
my head back in the doorway and I was like, "It's fine. You can touch whatever you want. Just don't break my instrument." I have a thing in the corner and I can't remember what it's called.
Is it a cello? A viol?
Viol. Viol?
Zutar is actually going to pick up Familiar and sit him on his shoulders so that he can't touch anything and get himself into trouble. So Zutar just picks him up, puts him on his shoulders, pats him on the head, and says, "Don't touch anything."
He's like, "Zutar, you're hurting my ankles."
Leo's kind of just gonna stand in the corner very stiffly, very awkwardly.
I sit down right at the table. Wherever that may be.
Yuri also.
So, what's for lunch? Hale says you might have some soup or something. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, I'm gonna throw together a quick rabbit stew.
We ever learned her name?
Yeah, we don't know. It's just Hale's mom.
Yeah, her
Mama
name's
Buckman.
Mom.
No, I
His
said
mom.
I said her name was Varilla.
Oh, Varela.
Well, that's right.
Well,
Oh, thank you for your hospitality, Varela.
There's some leftover coffee if you want it.
Sure.
So yeah, just help yourself to the hearth. So yeah, again, just a very, very nice house. So Hale, you're kind of helping her quickly prepare, and your mom says, "Oh, the boys are at school today, so they'll probably be here in a few hours. Are you staying long?"
Not too long. We have somewhere to go, but we wanted to stop by. Remember the thing I wrote you about Cedric?
Oh yes, that was the boy, or was it the one with leprosy?
Leprosy.
I can't believe you're literally just gonna give your mother 2 more children.
I will give her some money too.
I mean, your dad is third in command. I think they're okay, but also
Yeah, they're fine. Giving Cedric has got a dowry from when I went to the palace and got kicked out.
Oh,
So he's got like 50 gold that I'm gonna give him for college or whatever.
50 gold.
He
Yeah.
has a dowry. A dowry.
Or a college
You
fund,
mean like
whatever.
an inheritance?
Yeah, like that.
he doesn't just get access to it when he gets married.
Oh yeah. Well, it's for later, for when he grows up a little bit. But I'll help my parents out. Yes. He is the half-elf boy. The one with leprosy is actually, and don't worry about it because it's fine. He is a goblin.
A goblin, and he hasn't murdered you, and you haven't murdered it.
No, he's very sweet. He's a little. I don't want to say owner because that's terrible. Person he lived with before was cruel to him, to be honest. He's not socialized. He's potty trained. He might try the spoon. It's fine. He digests pine cones, so a spoon should be okay. I wouldn't give him the good stuff, but it's okay.
He'll just keep saying it's fine. And
It's fine. He's fine.
Well, I'm glad he doesn't have leprosy. I much rather him be a goblin than you
Oh,
bring
good.
someone with leprosy into this house.
I would have killed him.
So thank you for that. But
You're
of
welcome.
course, we'll watch out for him. Boulderville Post doesn't turn anyone away. They'll be sharing your old room then, I guess.
That's fine, and I can give you some money. We've done quite well, to be honest.
The sharp up. Keep the knives and forks away from Cedric, just in case.
Yes.
Not familiar.
Cedric is.
oh my god, they have
Him
to share
too.
a room.
They're like brothers. That's so
They
cute.
are.
They're trauma brothers.
So they might get in trouble together.
Oh
That's
no,
a
that'd
good
be
point. Oh.
And had a small incident where Cedric did threaten to kill Familiar, but he seems to be over it, and he did save his life, so
It's fine.
it's fine.
Okay, well,
And I gave her kind of a pained smile.
we'll help out any way we can. They're welcome to stay here. We can see if there's additional housing as well. But Hale says it's fine, so I guess it's fine.
Hale
that's
says
how
it's
life
fine,
works.
so I guess I have to do it.
To be clear, I did ask them about Cedric beforehand. Like, I wrote them a letter and asked
You
them if
did.
they were fine with it, and they were okay. It's Familiar that's the bomb on them.
At least he doesn't have leprosy.
It's true.
Honestly, introducing him as having leprosy made him being a goblin seem not that bad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's how we should introduce him, as a familiar who doesn't have leprosy.
Familiar, the non-leprotic.
The
The non-leper.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, you're helping, prepare food, and you guys have
the anti-leper.
We're still on this.
Sorry.
we sure are. So at some point in time, the 6 of you are sitting in the room, and then a big barrel-chested man comes through the door. He's wearing padded leather and a big nasty great sword on his back.
Ooh.
And he goes, "Oh, where's my daughter?"
Papa!
I just point to the other room. Oh, that way.
He goes, allow me to introduce myself. I'm John Buckman,
John Buckman.
Master of the Watch here. I'm assuming the rest of you are paragons and 2 halflings. One has leprosy.
Something like that.
I point to Familiar currently sitting on my shoulders, and when I point to him, I kind of like poke him in the face on purpose as a reminder of I'm in control here. Like, this is Familiar. He looks a certain way, but he's fine.
He sees that you're a half orc, and he just kind of shrugs.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, I'll talk to you in a bit. I want to say hello to my daughter. Where is she? I'm going to give her a big old bear hug.
Oh my god.
Right there.
So yeah, he sees you hail. He just grabs you, picks you like 2 feet off the ground, and spins you around.
Papa! I've missed you.
I've missed you too. I see you're helping Mom with lunch. I'm hungry. Once I heard you were here, I got the rest of the day off.
Oh, fantastic! I have some friends for you to meet, though I am on the way in.
Oh yeah, I said hello, but yes, please introduce me.
Okay. I take some. I carry like a tray of food out to the.
A charcuterie board, or
Yeah.
no? You guys can be done with lunch at this point. Some
Okay.
rabbit stew, some instant rabbit stew mix.
Instant rabbit stew.
Some rabbit ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Is Yuri and Thoradin and Cleo, and that right there is Zutar, and on top of him is and this right here is Cedric, who I have written you about.
Ah, yes. Looks like a strong lad. I'm sure he'll do fine.
Yes, he's very brave and very wise, and I give him a pat on the head.
Yes, and you have... He points to...
Familiar? Yes. Familiar is new. He is a goblin, but it's okay. He's very sweet and odd, but it's fine.
It's fine.
So he's like looking at you to elaborate.
His former roommate has passed away, and so he needed somewhere to go, and so we offered to let him come with us.
So he's looking at you to elaborate.
He may stay here. I don't know if I remember if I've asked him or not what he wants.
So he kind of puts his hands on his hips. He's like, "Hale, you're keeping something from me."
Probably, but I can't think of... I mentioned he was a goblin, right?
You did.
Okay.
So so clearly Hale's not gonna explain to him. So he's like looking at everyone else.
I can't think of what I'm supposed to tell him.
Poor Familiar was enslaved, and we set him free.
He's a rescue.
He's a rescue.
Zutar again reaches up and just pats Familiar on the head.
He's,
See?
again, very sweet, but he and Cedric have had some words, but they seem to be over it now. Isn't that right? And I look between...
Yeah, Cedric says, "Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's the Paragon way to accept people, right?
Exactly.
I give Cedric an approving nod, like, that's a good lad.
So he says, anyways, I talked to let me look up the name. I talked to Illifer. There's going to be a feast in honor of my daughter returning. So I hope you like food and drink, because there's going to be some of that tonight.
Illifer. Who's
They
Illifer?
do.
Illifer is the leader of Boulderville Post.
No, Commander.
Maybe.
The Lord Commander.
Oh, I skipped a page.
Oh, good job.
Um,
Lord Commander.
Is he old and vaguely bear-shaped?
so he's also, John is looking at you, Cleo, like he's seen you before, but he's not. He can't put a name to the face.
Been a while.
Or he can put a name to the face, but he hasn't made the connection. Because he's like seen you around, but
I'm not going to point it out because I'm sure that Cleo would want me to point it out and say, oh, and this is Cleo. You remember her, right? So I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let Cleo decide.
How does Cleo react?
It was a
Cleo. No, Cleo doesn't know fireball yet. Hello, Master Buckman. We've met.
yeah, you were a paragon here, right?
Once upon a time, yes.
She's a transfer.
So, he kind
And
of.
she's very good at her job.
No, I mean, you just have to say, she has a transfer. He nods in approval. And,
Sorry, go ahead.
and sorry, you guys all introduced your characters' names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think Hale introduced us, so...
Yeah,
So-
I pointed out who was who.
So he actually looks at Thoradin and he says, "Oh, Thoradin, actually, there's a package waiting for you. Illifers, hold on to it. It's apparently a pretty high priority, kind of locked in the vault type.
Locked in the vault. Have you seen it?
I have not.
All right. I'll have to check that out immediately then.
All right.
Master Buckman, do you mind if I ask after a few paragons from here?
Oh, sure.
Are Yakael and Tavros well, or in the...
Yakael I haven't seen in a while. Tavros actually came back not too long ago on a mission.
He did?
He did, yes.
He's here?
He is, yes.
You see Cleo kind of like shudders a little bit.
Did
Should
you
I?
say Tavros?
Yep.
Like from Homestuck?
Jeez, Carly, you're gonna choke her to death.
She can breathe.
Maybe that's the point. So he goes, yeah. Do you want me to send word that you're here?
No, that's quite all right.
Oh, I'm sure you'll see him at the feast, anyways, right?
I'll let him run into me on his own time.
Okay. All right. So I would like to take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, I gotta pee really bad.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we'll take a 5-minute break and we'll come back.
All right, see everybody soon.
Much saliva in between my fingers.
That's the
I
exact.
saw.
All right.
Yeah, all right. We all back?
No, it's okay.
I'm assuming we're all back. We're all here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Back.
Quick breaks.
Back. All right. Do.
All right.
Yeah.
So we are back. So yeah, what does everybody want to do? So there's a feast happening in the evening, but I'm
You guys like my hat?
I'm checking my mail.
anyone want to check the mail with
Zutar is definitely going with Orden.
Sure.
He's gonna pick Familiar up off his shoulders by the head and like sit him on a chair. And once again, tell him, "Don't touch anything." Pat his head. Good boy.
He just looks at you. He's like,
I'm glad he's not terrified of me
There's
anymore.
a cat that got locked in the room.
Kitty!
So Zutar and Thornton are gonna go check out the package. What's the rest of the party doing?
Yuri's taking a walk.
All right.
Cleo would I also like to take a walk, but I don't have to do my thing. You guys can do your things first.
Well, is Cleo gonna take a walk with Yuri or?
No, separate walk.
Okay. And what's Hale doing?
Hale is gonna talk to Familiar.
Oh yeah, Hale babysit.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with Hale. So what does Hale want to talk to Familiar about? So Familiar is sitting in the chair, his little feet dangling from the couch.
I'm gonna ask him. I don't remember if we've actually had a conversation about this, but where do you see, I guess, yourself going in the next?
It's like an
few
interview.
What's
years?
your 5-year plan?
I mean, I'm
Where
going
do
with
you
you,
see-
right?
Well, would you like to, or would you like to stay here?
Well, I don't know these people.
That's okay.
I mean, the pine cones here look really good. Not gonna lie. The pine cones from the
Fair.
redwood, chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Okay, yeah.
The fact he even knows that term.
That's interesting. I think you had stopped eating pine cones, but that's okay.
It's like
Well,
getting
I
a
just
kid to
wanted to
stop
get
chewing
your
his nails.
input. Yeah. I just wanted to get your input before I decision
I mean-
for you.
I mean, did you want to leave Familiar?
Not especially, but I didn't know if you'd have a better life here. I don't know, and I wanted to know your feelings first.
So he kind of like thinks to himself. He's like, I don't know.
Oh, that's okay. You don't have to always know.
So, Cedric is kind of part of this conversation, and he says, I think you gotta understand, Hale. He's been in a situation where he doesn't make choices. I think you really have to make it for him.
I know. Because he's not had the chance to make many decisions, I want to make sure he can make as many as he'd like. But if you would like to come with us, I believe that would be okay.
So, he's not sure. He looks a little panicked now that he has to make a choice.
How about this? We're going to be here for a little while. There's going to be a feast, and we may stay the night, I'm not sure. The rest of the group. But you can see if you're here. And when we're ready to leave, if you're not sure, then you can come with us. But if you'd like to stay, then you can.
So he kind of nods his head, but he looks kind of sad and anxious.
I would never leave you alone with anyone who wished you harm. I hope you know that.
Well, it's just you're the only people besides Master I know, so
And
kind of
understand if you want to stay with us. That's okay. We enjoy your company.
Okay.
Team mascot.
Team mascot.
All right. So let's
You will buy one.
cut to Thornton and Zutar. So you kind of head to the main kind of building, which in Wood Elf fashion, it's this large thick tree that had this building kind of carved into it.
Mhm.
So you walk in and there's kind of a secretary at a desk, and he goes, "Oh, hello. What can I do for you?"
Yes, I was told there's some mail here for me. Name's Thoradin Stormshield.
Oh, you're the super fancy package.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. Would you like to open it somewhere private, or I could bring it to you right here?
Oh, you could just bring it to me here. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 minute. So,
So now do we wait real time 1 minute?
so the person brings it wrapped up. He says, I mean, here you go. So it's about, I'd say it's about 3.5, 4 feet.
Yay by yay.
I know what, yeah.
But it's yay by yay with a shape like yay, and you hold it like this, and
so the secretary says, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little curious myself.
Me too. All right, let's get to opening it then.
All right, so I don't
dive
know
in
if you.
I don't know what it's wrapped in, but it's a box or it's just like
it's paper.
Paper. Okay.
Paper
yeah,
and cloth. So, do you want to describe your weapon?
this is the thing.
No.
Since you literally spent all this time crafting and it's entirely based on what your character is, so I imagine you had to look for it.
Yeah. Okay. So I unwrap this weapon, and it's a warhammer, by all standards, but it's definitely embellished in a lot of areas. Like it's silver with a lot of gold accents, dwarven kind of styling, so very like those hard angles to it. It has within it an emblem that originates from Calderel. We haven't discussed really what that is, but go over that.
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, it's basically the cast of a mountaintop with like a pick and a hammer, like crossed, and that's on basically either side of the hammer itself.
So also, just for simplicity's sake, because you've worked on this weapon so much, it's kind of been your focus when you're not actually with the party.
Right.
I'll give you auto attunement to it.
Nice.
Now, do you want to actually go over what the weapon is, or do you want to save that?
I want to save that.
Okay.
So I'll take it. I'll hoist it up, and finally, they put the finishing touches on it for me, like I asked them to. Some good work here. I hold it out, like check to make sure it's not like bowed any weird way, like they fucked it up, because I'm trying to give it a little swing in the air. Looks good. You want this old one, Zutar?
I pat the hammer on my hip, and I'm like, nope, already got a magic hammer.
Fair enough.
You can donate that to the armory. That would be greatly appreciated.
For the Paragons, yeah?
So, they'll take the hammer. All right. So, yeah, you got your forged weapon. You spent so much time on.
Stick.
Yeah, so who wants to go for their walk first?
Go ahead.
I'll go.
All right. Are you going to look for the tiefling?
I am.
All right. Roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay. Those are both terrible.
Oh my
What's
God.
my
I think they're the
investigation?
same number.
They
Don't
are.
you get lucky?
I will use it if my investigation is terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna use a lucky point or a luck point.
I think you can only reroll one.
Well, if it's with advantage.
Oh, that's true.
It's just one again. Those were both shitty. 12.
12?
My dice hate me.
All right. So yeah, you go to the building and you ask, "Hey, was there a tiefling of the description?" And luckily, someone says, "Oh yeah, he should be in his room."
His room's up there.
All right. So, yeah, you go to where it's guided. Are you gonna knock on his door?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he opens the door. He's tiefling, red skin, short kind of horns, kind of curving back. He's wearing a waistcoat and some nice trousers. Obviously not his combat getup. And he kind of looks at you up and down, and he kind of steps to the side for you to come in.
All right, I'll come in.
All right. So he'll close the door behind, and he'll say, "Have a seat."
Okay.
So you take a seat by his, by a desk, and he'll sit on the side of his bed. He says, well,
Well, why were you watching us?
I wasn't watching you. I was
Who were you watching?
I was watching one of the paintings in the wagon.
The paintings.
Yes. There happened to be a portrait of a friend of mine.
Which friend?
The one with the red skin. So he's referring to Maya, the painting of Maya.
Oh. I know this.
Yeah.
That that's what it's referring to.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know her?
So he says, well, it's a bit of a secret, but how do you know her?
Oh, she's my sister, so you better spill that secret before I cut it out of you. And I kind of show him one of my knives. I'm not having this shit.
So, he doesn't seem too worried, but he goes from kind of, gesturing kind of skeptical posture to leaning back. And he says, shit. Oh, your sister. Okay. Gosh. I'm not sure if I should ask you to start or if I should start.
I mean,
You
she
better
just
start.
threatened to slit you, so.
Tell me what you know.
Well, first off, this conversation can't leave this room.
Fair, my lips are sealed.
Okay. Well, so tieflings in the Paragons are part of a unique circle to take special jobs. It's not all tieflings. Sometimes other races volunteer, but they typically ask us to take missions within the abyss. That's a whole other thing. My last assignment was within the abyss. We're recently trying to investigate what. So, again, just kind of, he wasn't expecting to have this conversation. Where we're trying to investigate what happened with Tenemeyer, me and a couple other tieflings.
So you've been there, you've been to the abyss.
Yes, I have.
How did you get there?
Well, a portal.
You know how to open a portal to the abyss.
Yes.
Tell me, right now.
Well, I know what you're probably thinking, but I need to tell you, if you're planning to go there, there are some side effects to the abyss.
Like what?
Well, for starters, whenever particularly this mostly affects humans, I'm not really sure, but when they go in there, they're typically we just call it the taint. You will more than likely only start. Your offspring will become tieflings.
Oh, I just take some notes.
All right, it's called the taint.
The taint. The devil's taint.
The devil's taint.
Oh god, it's canon now too. It's canon.
The devil's taint.
We can't go back from this.
It's a good thing I'm not planning on having children then.
So, he shrugs. He says, well, the Buckman family didn't plan that when they went to the air realm. But you seem pretty serious about this.
Of course I'm serious. It's my sister. It's my family. You said you knew her. Did you see her?
I've had multiple conversations with her. She's kind of our connection.
So she's there in the abyss.
Yes.
Why haven't you helped her?
Inside job.
We have been. She says that her parents, or I guess it would be your parents, are still in Tenemeyer. and she refuses to leave until she finds out what happened to him.
Oh.
So where's Tenemeyer?
It's in the abyss.
But you've only found Maya, you haven't found the city.
Oh, we found the city, but it's crawling with all sorts of enemies. Maya is the person who's able to get in and out and report back to us.
And everyone else is trapped there.
I don't know if trapped is the word, corrupted. We know that there are some innocents that they harvest their souls, but it's not like we can just walk in. It's not like we have an army.
You do have... What are you talking about? Is this not an army? The weight of the Paragons?
Again, let me reiterate. Typically, they send tieflings or paragons who aren't exactly planning to have offspring into the abyss. The elves aren't going.
Of course they're not going. What's your name?
My name is Tavros.
I'm sorry. Sorry if you're being hostile. I'm Yuri.
It's
moved my hand out for him to shake.
He'll take it. He says, "Well, I wasn't expecting to have this conversation. Would you like a drink?"
Yes, please.
I think we got a lot to talk about.
I think we do.
All right, so let's hop over to Cleo. What walk did you want to take?
Cleo wanted to take a walk to the place where
The place.
her guardian lives or lived.
Long.
All right. Yeah. I need to remember his name deep within all these hundreds of thousands of notes I got.
I can message you.
No pressure, right?
I know, right? Yeah, if you can message me real quick, that'd be great.
Where the oh. I believe it's his name. I gotta
All right.
check my too.
All right, so you find his apartment pretty easily. Hasn't changed.
I don't want to go in, but does it look like he still lives there?
I mean, yeah.
All right. Cleo's gonna walk up to the door, and kind of raise her hand as if she's gonna knock, and then lower it and kind of just take a few shaky breaths. Wish to the gods that she thought to change into her fine clothes instead of whatever travel stained ones that she has on right now. And then she's going to knock.
Okay. So, Fen Valor opens the door and goes wide-eye and he goes, "Cleo." He'll kind of awkwardly go in for a hug.
I'll hug him and hold him extremely tightly because I have not seen or heard from him in almost 5 years. And I'm just gonna kind of just rest my head on his shoulder and say, I came home. I could finally come home.
Yes. Yes, you can. Would you like to come in?
If it wouldn't be an imposition.
Oh, no, of course. So he's never been the cleanest individual on the planet. Lots of books, scrolls, papers scattered about. He's looking for a place for you to sit down. He's just moving a bunch of stuff.
Cleo doesn't even care. She's just drowning in the nostalgia.
Yeah, even the smell of the room
Mm-hmm.
is very much the same of kind of that new bookstore smell.
Oh yeah. very used to this type of smell.
Yeah, so he goes, well, how long have you been here? Did you just get here?
Just now, just a few hours ago. We had some business with the Buckmans. I've been traveling with their daughter.
Ah, yes, hail the Buckmans, of course, of course.
Yes. And it took me some time to work up the courage to come here.
Oh, of course, you're always welcome here. So he's gonna like offer you kind of like, old man candy.
Oh,
Or,
Man
or
candy.
grandpa candy.
Ribbon candy.
Like-
Werther's original.
Or the kind of like Rolos
Rolos.
or the little strawberry candies that I don't even know where you can
Love
buy
those
those.
strawberries.
I know
They
where to
just
buy
like
them.
spawn where like grandparents appear.
Yeah. She'll take
God,
the
my grandparents
she'll take
had
the
them.
Werthers, which are her favorite.
Oh, it's my favorite. Always.
It's not Carly's favorite, but they're good.
Oh.
They're Cleo.
Well, they're my favorite.
The little strawberry
Strawberry
ones
ones
are
are
the
the best.
Thornton doesn't
Yeah,
eat
they are.
candy.
Okay.
Sorta
Fun
doesn't-
fact.
Thornton's missing out.
Yeah. How have you been? How are you?
Oh, good. I'm teaching those, obviously who are gifted in magic, and yeah, I mean, same old, same old. I'm getting old though.
Ever going to think of retiring, old man?
Old man. Huh. I guess that hasn't changed. I don't know. Retirement really hasn't been a thought. There's a lot of good potential.
Well, I always thought that you would be teaching even when you were a ghost.
Well, the afterlife is something I have not mastered yet, and until then, here I am. Did he hear that Tavros is here?
I did, yes. I've not seen him yet, but I've heard. How has he been? Is he well?
Good, yeah. He just got back from an assignment, and he's resting here for a week or two before he goes on his next one.
So he's here.
He is, yes.
To be quite honest, I wasn't sure if I wished he was, if I wished him and Yukea were here, or if I wished to have missed them.
You should go talk to him.
Do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's at the lodge. He has a
Lodge.
room there.
Alright. I don't know if I can face him.
I can tell you have some healing. You've healed a little since you were last here. But
Not that much. But I have my honors now, again.
She did have a long rest.
it wasn't about the honor. It was the journey to become who you were really supposed to be.
I think...
And I know you and your friend will be fine.
Thank you, Fenvalor. I don't think the healing will ever be over with, but I'm definitely better now.
Time heals all wounds.
Yes, it does. I was wondering... I did have a question for you, though.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Do you... Well, as you know, my magic doesn't exactly have the most conventional source. Would you happen to know anything about... how do I know if he knows anything about, like, other planes and stuff?
He probably would.
Okay. Does he know anything about, like, other planes? And because he's an elf.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows his stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've found the source of them, and she's here right now. Can you see her? That's been kind of an on and off
Well,
thing.
yes, I said you and your friend.
Oh, that's right. This is...
It's
I
Sereth.
can- Yes.
Oh boy.
It is her. You recognize her.
Of course. I mean, she's one of our deities.
Just casually a deity there. Yeah, that's Sarah's, whatever.
Well, Sareth seems to have forgotten or gone through something equally as traumatic as I have, and has lost most of her power and forgotten who she is. So, honestly, it was more of a wild guess as to who she was, but hearing someone confirm it is a relief.
Yes, I have to say, when you first walked in, I was a little confused at first. But, no, that seems to be her. Obviously not at her full strength.
No,
What she's even doing in this plane, it's a little troubling.
Yes.
To say the least.
I'll kind of like tell him a little bit briefly about the demon that we ran into and how I hear him in my mind. I hear about how Groomsh invaded Sarah's realm.
Well,
I don't know how trustworthy that source is, since it was a literal demon, but...
Well, do you remember the lesson I once taught you about the young boy who had a pet turtle, and he brought it to, a different land. His family moved into the city, and he decided to release his turtle into the wild. And a lot of the animals got sick because of this turtle's presence. It's called an invasive species. Some things are not supposed to be where they are. And when things are out of balance, things get damaged. Nature withers, and sometimes people die.
Have I noticed any of this happening, like nature withering? Like, I have my mushrooms, which I've been taking care of. Have they been... I know Sarah has like a connection to them. Are they like withering or anything?
Sorry, somebody said something really funny in chat. No, they're fine.
They're fine. I haven't noticed any of that, but it's very obvious that she does not belong here. But also, I don't want to send her back to a place of danger.
Well, I guess that's going to be a choice that you and her have to make.
We must talk, yes.
So he'll offer you, a tome, a couple books actually. One about kind of invasive species and all that, and another about Sareth herself.
Oh boy. Looks like we have some research to do.
Yes. All right. So I'll hop over back to Yuri and Tavros. So he basically goes into this explanation again. Yeah, there's a special group of paragons within the paragons that focus on basically plane hopping. And you are learning all this stuff you probably shouldn't be learning, but obviously he's very empathetic towards the cause with your sister and all that, about how plane hopping is a pretty regular thing.
I feel like they wear like
for this particular
90s
group.
neon clothes and have like hoverboards and shit like that.
They probably have power gloves with like built-in keyboards and shit.
Let's go plane hopping, guys. Anyway.
I'm gonna say I have a duty I have to fulfill first. But when I'm done, the first thing I'm gonna do is come back here, and I'm gonna go with you. Because nothing is more important than saving my family. But until that happens, if you see my sister again, I want you to tell her that I will not stop until I save her. That I'm coming for her.
Yeah, so he kind of, nods his head. He says, "All right, I'll talk to the group about it. At some point in time, I was gonna be the one to have the conversation with Hale. So about her own destiny and possibility coming within the group. So I guess it's a lot to soak in. You look overwhelmed. Why don't you take a little bit of time to think, and we can talk more at the feast if you want."
Okay. Thank you.
So kind of as you're walking out the door, he'll kind of say, "Oh, one more thing.
Sure.
How's Cleo doing?"
I think she's healing. I don't know what happened, not really, but your name did come up earlier, and I think she's scared to talk to you, but I think she wants to, really. But I think maybe if you hold no ill will for her, I think you should try.
So, he sighs and he says, "It was a lifetime ago. I do forgive her, but I think she needs to approach me."
I think, well, you're helping me with something important, but Cleo's my friend too, and I don't want to see her hurt. If you have those intentions, then I think even if you don't mean it, she'll know. She'll know if you don't truly forgive her for what happened. And well,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to put my troubles on you. Why don't you go for a walk? Go catch up with your friends. We'll talk later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay. She's gonna kind of walk away.
All right. Oh, okay. Bye.
Yuri's out in the hallway, like she's having a hard time.
She's
Are-
about to pass out.
Yeah.
All right. So, does anybody else want to do anything before the feast starts?
I don't know. Are there any training dummies around?
Are there any other half orcs around?
Make an investigation check.
What is my investigation bonus? Nothing. Huh. 18.
18. All right. So you actually, because you were looking for kind of a training dummy, right, Thord? And I assume you two are kind of traveling in a group.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, Thoradin just got a new toy and Zutar kind of wants to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of go to the training area, and you do see actually another half orc. She has, gray skin, two tusks coming from under. She has kind of an undercut, and she's jacked.
Get out of your league, bro.
Hale,
got big
Hale,
titties.
Hale can mind her own business. Hale can mind her own business. Zutar is going to calmly approach from a direction from which she can see him approach so that he doesn't accidentally catch a weapon in the head.
Mm-hmm.
And he's literally just wants to say, "Hi, holy smokes, I haven't actually met another half orc before."
So she, she's sweating. She, puts her sword into the ground, and she's like, "Is that supposed to make me feel special?"
And Zutar shrugs. Zutar shrugs, and he's like, I mean, not really. I just, wanted to say hi. I'm Zutar. Stick up my hand.
She goes, mm-hmm. And then she goes back to training.
All right.
Zutar nods, like, okay, be well. And just, calmly walks away.
All right, so Thoradin, I know you're looking for like a training dummy, and kind of this mysterious package was clearly kind of the word of the town. So you notice everyone's kind of like watching you.
Sure. So I'm gonna find, I guess, a training dummy that's nearby, that's not necessarily next to anyone who's training already, but close enough that people can see. And I'm gonna So
you're about to do what you're about to do, and you hear oi 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 oi, and you see another dwarf come up to you. He has long black hair. It's kind of like almost parted. He looks a bit more kind of like human style here, and he goes, "You weren't thinking about testing that thing on a dummy, were you?"
I mean, get a feel for it. What did you have in mind? By the way, Thoradin, good to see another dwarf around.
Arisok.
Nice to meet you.
Oh no.
I was hoping maybe we could do a little steel on steel.
Oh, you sure you want to do that?
Let's do it.
Fair enough.
So he'll nod to kind of like, one of the retainers for a weapon, and he'll gesture to a ring.
All right. Sounds like a good time to me.
So now at this point, everyone's kind of gathering in this area now. Even the half-orc Zutar was talking to. She stops her training and she kind of looking over. So
what are the rules here?
He says, I figure first one down.
All right. I can agree by those terms.
All right. So, he, bangs a weapon against the shield.
Sure. What's our starting pace here? How far back?
Dwarf space, so 25 feet.
25 feet? All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Is there anybody officiating this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I wait for the officiant to call it then.
Well, we got to roll for initiative.
All right.
I really want Thoradin to be first in initiative order.
15.
Yeah. You're going first.
Okay. So I'll go first. Did he say go?
Yep. You hear.
All right. So I start charging in with this warhammer, but I only walk about 5 feet. And then I just start swinging the thing, and I throw it at him.
All right. Roll your attack roll.
Yay! I can roll for it has the throne property, everyone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a 29 to hit.
Holy shit, that hits him.
That hits him and then some. That also hits.
If this was Pathfinder, that would be a big oofy ouchie.
Big oofy ouchie.
Uh, 14 damage.
So yeah, he's like getting ready, and then you throw it, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He goes to throw up his shield, but it's like it like just gets through his shield and just like hits him in the chest. He's like, "Oh!" Like you just hear like all the wind.
So I do that. The warhammer hits him, lands on the ground, but then I just reach my hand out, and it comes back to my hand instantly, like back in my grasp, and then I close the last 20 feet of distance, and I swing at him again.
Oh fuck.
Okay, that wasn't as well. 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. for 11 damage.
So yeah, like he gets the wind knocked out of him, and then he's like getting ready to like riposte, and then you're just right on top of him. Like literally as you're about to like bring the hammer down, he goes, yield, yield, yield.
I immediately start clapping.
All right, I drop the hammer on the ground so that the head hits the ground, and I just offer my hand to him.
He goes, oh fucking hell, mate.
Fucking hell, mate.
That was brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd that hammer come from?
I crafted it, mostly myself, but also with a little bit of help.
He goes, you fucking crafted that.
Yeah, I did.
Oh. My gosh, that's a weapon, you know, worthy of Moradin himself.
Thank you for that. It's all part of a greater job that needs to be done.
He goes, aye, this weapon is closest thing to a blessing I've ever seen.
Indeed. And we'll need more tools like it to take back Caldorel.
So he goes, you want to take back Caldorel?
Of course, wouldn't you want to take back their homeland?
He says, well, of course, but the odds are against us. But I think with a weapon like this, oh man, if we could make a few of these, we could crush some skulls.
Oh, that's the goal, lad.
So, Zutar,
Yes.
the half orc who you were talking to, you know, she's kind of watching. She goes, friends of yours?
I nod.
So she nods to you. She says, Helga, and then walks away.
Oh man, that's like getting a number.
Pretty much. And yeah, I watch her walk away like, oh, all right then.
All right.
The all right then is totally a cover. It's, you know what I'm doing.
All right. Do you guys want to take another 5-minute break and then we'll go forward to the feast?
Sure.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
need some nicotine.
Okay. Everybody soon.
Oh, fuck.
I super apologize to everyone for all the technical difficulties over the last 10 minutes. That's my fault.
Oh,
That sounded
good, Rob. Or Billy.
There it is.
So
I
we're back
enjoyed
up now.
Yeah, we're back. We were gonna name Billy's new magic hammer Taint Knocker.
Taint Knocker's good.
No, we're not. I was just asking if anyone else wanted to do anything before the feast.
I assume that talking to Tavros took a while, so.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. He kind of explains again. He was very, adamant about the risks that it would have to you, and the portrait. I guess also one thing I should mention. The portrait of the sister. And why she looks like that. That's actually what she looks like right now because she has spent so much time in the abyss.
Oh, so it was slightly prophetic, like what the demon. Okay, that's good to know that
That's
was
actually
true.
physically what she looks like.
Maya's skin is red now.
Mm-hmm. So,
No.
yeah, that was another thing is spending so much time there, and that's why they're typically tieflings go there is because they're not affected by it. They're already a product of that.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know though that the gonads.
Oh yeah, the painting is 100% true.
Ah!
That's
I'm starting a new category in my notes.
things to worry about. Yeah, that sounds about
It
right.
just says ah. Yeah, so anything else? Anybody want to do anything?
No, I'm ready to eat.
Thoradin is definitely the talk of the town right now.
Fuck yes.
Everybody wants to touch your hammer.
Just that gif of just guy leans
Yeah.
back in the chair.
Oh, I see how it is, Rob. I think
Mhm.
that Zutar might have some competition for Town Heartbreak.
Maybe.
Everyone
Town
wants to touch
heartbreak.
the
I mean, he's
yeah.
not concerned with that, but sure.
Everyone wants to touch the hammer. It's so shiny
Give it
and
a
big.
stroke.
Yeah.
We are a
Really
professional
pushing
stream.
damage with that thing.
How many inches is it?
It's got 20-foot range.
It's not inches, it's feet.
Sounds painful.
20-foot range.
I'm trying to think of a good penis name to give it.
Taint touch is pretty good.
Dongosaurus.
Dongosaurus Rex.
The cock knocker.
Yes.
The Thigh Smasher. Oh, Thigh Splitter! Thigh
You
Splitter!
already have a thing called thigh
Pile
I know.
driver. I
Ice
like that one.
player.
But it's in a whole different context.
I guarantee by next session we'll have a name for it. We're gonna have like a
Maybe-
powwow as a group to come up with a
Maybe
good
we
name
can
for
ask
this
the
weapon.
chat. Maybe
The
we can ask the
spread.
chat if they have any suggestions.
You know what? I'll
Pile driver.
I'll even open that up to anyone in our Discord.
I was gonna say, I'll throw in a little contest. How about this? Is people can contribute their favorite name for Thoradin's hammer, and the one that we like the best, I will send them a set of dice.
Oh shit!
Ooh, shit.
That's oh man, we're gonna have to promote that in the channel afterwards too because
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I want to start doing giveaways. So yeah, you know, a set of
Dice set, huh? Wow, that's pretty. Yeah.
I dig it.
yeah. Obviously,
pretty- yeah.
Thoradin will pick the colors because it will be Thoradin themed. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I think you can get infinite submissions, but the one we like best,
The-
we'll decide as a group.
And duplicates, obviously, whoever submits first.
Tommy Noble.
What's Tommy Noble?
I don't know.
Maybe not in chat here. Maybe we can do something in the Discord, so that way we don't have to like go through.
Yeah,
and...
definitely in
There
the
we go.
Discord. We'll throw something in our announcements. If you're not part of it, there's the link. Join up on the Discord, and yeah, we'll throw something up in the announcements. And you can.
Yeah.
I might even post a temporary channel just for that.
I like Crack Smasher.
Yeah, we should have a giveaways channel because I'm
Save
planning
your
to do
ideas.
a lot of
Save your
giveaways, too.
ideas. Because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna remember any of these.
Yeah. So we'll do a giveaway channel on the Discord, and that will be the first thing. I'll do a set of dice for someone who can come up with our favorite name. Obviously, that might not be the name we pick for the actual canon name.
I
of
think
this
it will
hammer.
be.
Oh Jesus, it's gonna be something really fucking awful.
Well, we'll see. We'll
Well,
see. If it's
Not if they do
classy
a
enough,
good
sure.
job, because
It's
I
gonna
believe
be
they're-
called like upper butt, which is like an uppercut but to an ass cheek.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Well, that's it, Rob. Send yourself some
Upper butt.
dice.
I'll buy
Upper
myself upper butt.
So we have this fantastic platinum dice inlaid with gold here, and I'm keeping them because it's my name.
Yeah. Oh man! All
if
right.
somebody
so, yeah,
else wins, it'll just be like-
that's first giveaway. Stand by on that.
Stand by me.
So
Wow.
yeah, the feast will
Yeah, I can do the high
will
notes.
definitely start in the main hall. So obviously, very different vibe. In fact, it's not even so much a hall. It's kind of like a an outdoor area. You know, there's torches all around. You know, there's a big old grill going. Pit fire. Obviously, they're smoking meats.
Y'all, it's a cookout, bitches.
Hmm Yeah, it's pretty much a cookout. You know, very very nice.
Which dad is manning the grill? Is it?
Oh,
Does Thoradin naturally have to roll for it? Because
Yes.
he's a dad.
yes.
Daddy dwarf.
What do I roll?
I guess it would be a performance.
Roll for meat.
Roll for me.
Or no, I guess it could be survival or performance, whatever is higher.
I'm gonna go survival because my performance is a -1. Apparently,
Oh, no.
my charisma is a -1. Yeah, so. Oh,
Apparently.
okay. This is not happening. It's a 6.
So
He's a dad, but
you know,
he can't grill.
So yeah, you tried to make your way to grill the food, but
I'm the dude who stands by the dude who's grilling with his beer,
Yeah.
talking to him.
Giving
that was
advice.
literally my job while we were camping, as I was the person that held your beer and drank my beer.
That's
while
funny
I watched
because
you grill.
in real life, I cook.
Yep. Honestly, Billy, I think we need to have a cook-off sometime because I still think I'm a better cook than you.
Oh man, no, you suck.
Oh, here we go.
When we have our first IRL session, then we can have the two cook for us.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
I
Absolutely.
cook something.
I will raffle stomp Billy, I'm sure at this point, but
We really gotta plan a trip,
we do.
like
do.
for real.
Yeah, y'all.
And yeah,
gotta
not
come
a
down.
single.
It's a
I'm
true
gonna
com-
be-
So here's the
I'll
thing, it's
get
gonna be a
there.
true competition. You know why, Brett? Brett. You know why, Rob?
Yeah, Brett.
Why?
Because
Yeah, me.
also Brett, you know why, Brett? Because we both think we're gonna win.
Yeah, no. But here's
It's
the
not
thing.
a competition.
Here is the X factor that I know I have an advantage over you on. I know how to bake well.
Bitch, I can
Mm.
bake.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not in the competition.
bake.
Mariah.
Why can't I be in a competition?
Mariah, I'll have a competition against you. You and I
Okay.
can compete for the second.
Hell
night.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
I can't bake for
Have a
shit.
bake off.
I'm
So-
somebody who cooks on instinct, and
I can
baking
bake.
is chemistry. Okay,
So-
baking is
Genius
one
chemistry.
cup.
Well,
to
here's
one
the thing:
teaspoon.
is I'm gonna make a nice meal, and then when I bust out some really tasty like honey biscuits or some cornbread, that's gonna be
All right, so
Rob, you are
so
the
basically,
ideal
what I'm
man.
seeing here is that I will be better for the meal, but you'll be better for the dessert. So really, it's gonna come out to
Oh
who's
no,
best
I'll beat you in
overall.
the meal. I'll
Oh,
beat
fuck
you in
you.
the meal.
Fuck you, you're not beating me
even
in the
if
meal.
it's close, the baked good is gonna put me over the edge. You know.
I mean,
Bitch, I own a wok.
y'all can square
Bitch, I
off
own
with
a
breakfast
watch.
sandwiches.
That's going in my notes, just because it's such an iconic line.
How about this? How about this?
Mhm.
There are 3 categories: breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay, Billy's gonna raffle stomp me in breakfast.
Breakfast, lunch,
Oh,
dinner, and
bitch,
dessert.
You have never.
I
had
will.
breakfast.
Hey,
I will
we're
stomp
supposed to be
Billy in
playing
the other
D&D.
3 categories.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh Jesus. Oh God. The alcohol. Sorry. The alcohol in the conversation.
It's going to be a straight to YouTube content video.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
we're
anyways,
not
maybe
starting.
that should be our next fireside chat. Is
Wait,
just
wait,
like
wait,
us
what did
talking
you say?
shit
Cooking?
about.
Oh my
cooking
god.
shit.
No, that's perfect. You asked me what my next fireside should be about. Fucking cooking.
There we go.
3-course
Perfect.
food
can I
challenge
join?
D&D.
I- no, here's
I
the-
like that.
here's
We
the
should do
Cook
D&D
really
themed
well.
meals.
I'm a very good cook. I want to join that fire.
And Rob and Billy, you should have me on so that I can attest to both your cooking because I've, enjoyed.
Yeah, Brett, you're the neutral person here, so I
Literally.
definitely think
I think
definitely
everybody
think,
wants to be a part of this.
I
I'm
definitely
never gonna get on that
Kai
fucking
and I will be
fireside
the
chat.
judge. If Kai can eat a full course of your meal, then you will get a point.
so
if I like it, then you.
So
get a
we're
point.
cooking. Okay, we got to know who our judges are because we're cooking to them.
Yes.
You're gonna have to make it vegetarian.
Yeah.
You're pescatarian, right?
Yeah, so it can be fish. That's fine.
All right, fish tacos. I win.
Oh yeah. Oh man, Billy, you get.
Love fish
If
tacos.
Rob pulls out fish, you're up shit creek. You're up
He
shit
is,
creek without a bull
or-
boat and clean out of
Yeah,
friends.
no, I don't cook a lot
That's
of
the
fish.
walk.
Yep, my fish
But
tacos.
bitch, I gotta
Good
walk.
vegetables.
Bitch, I own a walk.
Make a stir fry. I love a stir fry.
I can do a stir fry.
Yeah,
I can do.
fair.
yeah.
You
The,
need
the
a really
real
good
the real
stir-fry
winner is
last
Brett.
night.
Best.
The
The
real
winner is
winner.
Brett, who just
Yeah.
eats it all.
and if Brett's the judge, literally my lunch category will be the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know how to
If
make.
Brett is the judge, then my I'll be breakfast.
Guys, name a place and a time, and I will be there.
Yeah.
How about next summer? We'll all do a camping trip.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We've already discussed this. Up in the mountains in a cabin.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna make me cry.
All right. Anyways, let's get back to D&D because we're talking
Yes,
about the feast.
I
We're at the
apologize
feast.
to our stream, but this just really just gave you all an opportunity to get back in, and now we actually have a couple more than we did before. So,
Right,
Our
exactly.
breakfast talk, our food
and the
content.
chat is
and-
lively too. Jesus,
and-
maybe we should just stop playing D&D.
Start talking about
Well,
food.
honestly,
Every
that's
chat's
another
about
great
food.
fireside chat. We'll talk about cooking, and Mariah can be our guest for that because technically we need to do Bahubali, which Brett was supposed to be a part of. So we're gonna have Brett again, and then Mariah can go into our baking cooking.
Sounds great.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. All right.
So, we show up at this feast.
Yeah, so the whole kind of area gathered. A lot of attention seems to be on Thornton. Everybody wants to see this hammer that can apparently be thrown.
You want to see my hammer?
Yeah. Oh yes, let's see your hammer. my gosh, it's so polished and big. The head is enormous.
There's okay.
red.
I'm not looking for that kind of attention. However, I do want to show it off. So I take it in my hand. Are we like what's the space that we're in?
Oh, it's basically like a wide open space, like, you know.
All right, so basically what I do is I swing it and I throw it like way up into the air, like at a you know, diagonal angle, and then as it starts to lose a little momentum, I just kind of like, I don't know, kind of do like this little reflexive, like just like a, and it just stops and comes back and goes back in my grasp.
Everyone kind of, you know, cheers and claps. So yeah, like the rest of the party is like, huh, Thoradin isn't normally the center of attention. What is this?
Cleo is not complaining, and she is finding booze as quickly as she can.
Oh yeah, Zutar's his entire focus is, I'm gonna get drunk.
So you primarily
oh yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
And after I catch it and everything, I did pull up the mug and fill, and I just start drinking.
Everyone's losing their shit. The
Wait,
magic
Rob,
mug
you
and the
are-
magic hammer. You are literally the perfect dwarf right now.
Yep.
Fucking am.
Hey, Rob,
Yep.
can you remind me what this feast is for?
It's because Hale's returned.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, so
But
like
no one's paying attention to Hale.
now when
Hale.
Hale walks in, I have her sitting on my shoulders because I'm definitely the tallest person in this party, character wise. Yeah.
Oh, I do want to talk to Hale at some point during this feast.
Okay. Sure.
Okay,
Right now?
sure.
Okay.
At some point. Right now? Okay.
Eventually.
All right.
No one else has anything better to do.
Hale, this might be a personal question, but do you know why you were born a Genasi?
Well, the rumor is that my great-grandfather or great-great-grand, I don't remember, was a genie, but, I mean, I don't know if that's true. It's sort of family legend.
I think your parents were portal hoppers.
Huh.
I don't know for sure, but I just kind of, learned a whole lot of information, and your parents came up. I just thought I'd tell you if you didn't know.
Would I know that portal hopping taints you? Rob?
I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the chat.
Would I know that portal hopping taints your offspring?
It depends how honest you think your parents would be with you. This is your backstory. You tell me.
We love you, darling. You're
I
taken.
don't think I would, unless somewhere. I don't think they would have told me that because I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, so you have no idea.
Oh. Would portal hopping make one a Genasi?
I think it affects the babies. Any future children. I don't think it's a bad thing.
No.
But if it were me, I would want to know.
Yes, I'm telling me. I think I need to speak with parents.
Hopefully I didn't just get you into trouble there.
I'm sure you didn't. I won't tell them you told me. I'll just... I mean, we've learned many things. Maybe one of them over this adventure.
Alright, well... I'm gonna go drink a little bit. It's been a day.
Are you
So-
alright?
I will be. And I kind of walk off.
Okay.
Why is
So
Boulderville
I-
so hard for all of us?
So I will say the one thing that they distill at Boulderville Post is gin. So Familiar wasn't wrong that the pine cones around here are particularly good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So a lot of gin and tonics tonight.
Cleo's just like frantically trying not to be seen by too many people.
Okay. So does anybody want to talk to any particular NPCs, or
Zutar
does
wants
anybody
to try
want to party banter?
Zutar wants to try to talk to Helga. You said Helga, right?
Yep, Helga.
Okay. She might be a little more his speed.
Trying to turn my phone.
So yeah, you see Helga with an ale. She's kind of watching in the distance at Thord and Tamar.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna, procure an ale for myself and another for her.
Mm-hmm.
And is she sitting down, standing up?
Yeah, she's kind of standing up, like leaned up against a tree.
All right. So I walk over and I tell her, I got you a refill.
She gestures to her mug. I'm already full.
How do I? Oh well, and I just calmly put it down next to the tree, like you'll finish the mug eventually.
So she's kind of like looking at you, like, what do you want?
Fuck, I just had it in my head what I was gonna say.
It's portal hoppers, right?
And I'm just gonna point blank ask her. So, I know what it's like being a half orc at Wide Eye Watch. What's it like being a half orc here?
She kind of shrugs. She says, I keep to myself. I do what I'm told. I do all right.
Was it your mother or your father that was an orc?
She kind of looks at you and she's like, it's kind of personal, don't you think?
And you think, my father was an orc, he raped my mother, so how much more worse can it be than that? Like, honestly.
So she kind of goes from unfolding her arms to kind of like rolling her eyes at you. And she's like, all right, just because you're a half orc and I'm a half orc doesn't mean I'm going to spill my beans. All right, just get out of here.
Fuck. So I nod, my apologies, and I quickly explain, just want to talk to another half orc. And, I dip out and, go back to my crew.
So you hear kind of under her breath, like, fucking asshole.
Oh.
He takes a sip. So, yeah, any other NPCs or characters?
Is Tabros around?
Oh, yeah, you can find him.
Oh, I don't want to find him. Has he noticed me?
Are you rolling a stealth check?
Yeah, I think I will.
All right, we're doing stealth check versus investigation, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Pretty good. I rolled a 21.
Ooh, that just beats it.
Did you roll a 20?
Hmm?
Did you roll a 20?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you see him. He's talking to some other folks.
Mhm.
He hasn't noticed you. You're obviously making your stealth check.
Does he look like he's doing okay? Like, is he like
Yeah,
popular?
he's laughing. He's not in any sort of like combat garb. He's in like nice dress and stuff like that. So
It looks like he's like kind of made a name for himself almost.
yeah, he's definitely got friends here, and all that. Definitely very relaxed. Yuri, why did you do that?
I my friend is having a personal crisis right now, and it's really funny. I'll share it with you guys later. I'm very sorry.
That's all right. Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, I think Cleo is just gonna kind of spend like. She's very much debating whether or not to go over there. And she's kind of just, every time she's like, I should go over there. I need a drink. So she's kind of at least 3 or 4 gin and tonics in.
Ooh. Gin and tonics? I should be doing dark and stormies.
But gin is the kind of premier liquor of the area.
Isn't gin in a dark and stormy?
No, that's rum.
Oh, fuck. Ignore me then. I'm sorry.
You heard it. Everyone ignore Brett.
It's okay. And so, drinking quite a bit, she's going to finally work up the courage to kind of step up to him.
So, yeah, the people he's talking to, you know, he sees you, he looks at them, you know, everyone else kind of knows to like, oh, all right. So they, you know, grab their drink and they go find someone else to talk to. They're like, oh, let's go look at the dwarf and his hammer.
Come right over. I'll show you how big it is.
Roll your eyes.
So yeah, he has.
I took 10 psychic damage from that.
You take 10 psychic. You're saying it. You take the damage yourself.
Self-inflicted,
oh my god!
Just like,
oh my god!
Put the knife in.
Yeah. So you know he goes.
Look out.
He looks at you and he says, "Cleo,
Tavros,
you're looking well.
You are too. You're still here.
Well, I left, and now I'm back.
Yes.
Mhm.
I did too.
Yes. Yeah, 5 years.
It's
I like what you did with your hair.
been some time.
I remember it being much shorter.
Yes.
Yeah, no, a bit longer, but dyed up. It's a good look for you.
Thank you. I'm glad to see that you seem to have friends here as well.
Why wouldn't I have friends?
I mean, no, that's not what I meant. I'm glad to see you were able to. I don't know.
Cleo, I forgive you. I forgive you. We were so much younger. We knew so little compared to, I'm sure, what we do now.
We were young and foolish.
Let's just get that out of the way. You're okay. I am okay.
Have you seen Mikhail recently?
I haven't, no, to be honest.
Well, that's all right. I don't know if I could face both of you.
Yes, because a kale is a big, scary bird, right?
Oh, yes.
Big, scary, giant turkey, right?
Just absolutely intimidating and can barely even talk to him.
Well, he always likes singing, not too much talking.
Well,
what
do you expect from a bird brain like that?
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, he shit all over everything too.
Oh, I know. To be honest, I have a friend who kind of reminds me of him.
Anyways, yeah, I want to ask you something. I need your counsel.
Yeah, if you believe that it would be helpful to you, then of course, anything.
So, the person you traveled with, Yuri, she came to talk to me, and we had a very long conversation.
I'm so sorry. That is a breach of mistrust. I apologize if she bothered you at all.
No, it wasn't about you. It's about her sister.
Oh. Yes, that's been on her mind quite a bit lately.
Do you believe she would take the ultimate sacrifice to save her sister?
I believe that her worth relies on what she can do for her family and how she can right mistakes that she sees as her own, but are really not a burden that should be placed on her shoulders. I think she would do it, but I don't think she should do it alone.
So he kind of nods his head. That's what he needs to hear, and he goes, "Yeah, Cleo, you're okay. You're okay." Oh, another question. Did you travel in with that dwarf with the really cool magic hammer?
Yes.
Have you
Yeah.
have you seen that shit?
It's pretty dope, isn't it?
It is pretty dope.
You know, he also has a magic flagon. I could make an introduction.
What?
Like. Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
He is very cool. All right. Yes. His name's Thornton.
Oh, awesome. Yes, show me.
So we'll go
Show
over. Cleo's stumbling a little bit. Not quite sure what happened or how we got here, but she's falling back into old habits and old patterns.
And Tavros sees you stumbling. He's like, "Oh shit, I gotta catch up to you."
At this point,
Yes.
I'm telling people to line up chairs, and I'm throwing the hammer at chairs, just demolishing chairs, and then rethrowing it.
Or no, they're
They're
skeet shooting, like they're finishing
Yeah,
their
basically,
pull.
Pull! Chair goes up.
He's saying
Yeah.
4.
So, Hale, can you roll me a perception check? Actually, Hale and Zutar and Yuri, since you guys aren't doing anything immediately right off the bat.
I mean, Zutar's probably like stealth sulking.
Oh, okay.
14.
But,
What did
okay.
you say?
I know. Sometimes that dice rolls really high, and sometimes it rolls
Ooh.
really low, and there's nothing.
I got a 6.
I got a 13.
All right. So, Yuri, kind of out of the corner of your eye, you see a small humanoid shape by the taps for the alcohol, and you see them kind of run off into the shadows.
I'm gonna follow because
All
gotta
right,
be one of our boys.
make me a survival check.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
I don't know what my survival is.
-1.
A 10.
A 10. So yeah, you go to follow kind of into the darkness, and you lose them.
Shit.
So
Oh.
your thought is to
Bye.
go back to the party.
I'm gonna stand there. I'm just gonna say, Cedric, I know it was you. Walk back. It might have been familiar, or none of them. I don't know, but
So yeah. So yeah, everyone's kind of crowding Thornton, and everyone kind of parts way to this red-headed elf male, and he has an owl on his shoulder. He's holding a ferret, and he has a cat following him.
I love him.
Fucking familiars up the ass. Okay.
Fucking druids.
Well, not that you know of.
I know, but that's what that's just what I call any
Yeah,
pets are
baby.
basically familiars to me, so that's all that is.
All right, so yeah, he comes up to you and he says, "It's quite a hammer you got."
Oh, Sternsy Gaming, thank you for the host.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. So, yeah, he says that's quite a hammer you got.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you folks are heading to 5 Valinor.
Baby.
Maybe not.
So he kind of
What's
gestured.
what's your business?
Well, I am the Lord Commander. My name's Illifer.
Oh, well, I apologize then for being so mistrusting. We hadn't been properly introduced.
I understand. Whenever you get a moment, I'd like to speak to you in your fellowship about the political situation in Five Valinor.
Absolutely. Could it possibly wait till morning? I think half of us are in, half in the bag.
So he
Thorin,
kind of...
Thorin, I want you to meet my good friend.
Case in point.
So he kind of goes, all right.
Unless it's
So-
urgent, then we can just, exclude those members.
What? What?
Nothing. Go. Yeah, I'll meet your friend in a minute.
No.
Hold on.
Do not leave me out.
Your friend's
as
kind of
this
a
is happening,
dick,
I'm going
Cleo.
up to Hale. Hale, just so you know, I think one of the little ones just snuck some alcohol.
Rats.
I'm just telling you because you kind of seem like, like their parent a little bit. You kind of took on that role, so I'm not too good with the discipline. I kind of lost him in the woods a little, but just so you know.
I'll go
Fuck.
follow them into the woods, I guess.
Oh my god.
See if I
You
can
wanna-
see anything.
You want to make me a survival check?
This is such a bad idea.
Well, follow into the woods. They're still within the walls.
That's a 7.
Yeah, you don't find shit. So again, you kind of like, as soon as you start like walking away from the light, you're just like, yeah, I'm not finding anything.
I am gonna go try and find my parents.
Okay. All right. It's easy enough to find your dad because he's probably right near Thoradin. He's probably the one throwing beer mugs in the air for him to hit.
Pop, I had a question for you.
All right.
We've been, finding out many different things throughout our travels, and we've come across portals, and I was just wondering what you knew about portal hopping.
Oh. Ooh. Ask your mother.
Ask your mother.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's one of those.
Will do. Will do. I will go in search of my mother.
Okay, so yeah, you find your mother. She's talking to some other women and a couple men. They're kind of in a circle, all chatting, having a drink.
Mama, can I speak to you for a moment?
Oh, of course, dear. I always got time for you.
Thank you. I was just speaking to Papa, and he said to ask you, so I was what you knew about portal hopping.
Oh, I mean, your father's the expert on that.
I'm gonna do an insight check, which I
All
should
right.
have done on him.
All right.
Oof. Hold on. That's 13.
Clearly, she's avoiding the question.
You're definitely avoiding the question.
I mean, your father would know. Oh, goodness. Oh, I forgot to put the boys to bed.
Jesus.
Make sure they haven't had anything to drink, because a small human has done so.
Oh, yes,
I
of
don't
course.
know.
And she's kind of power walking away from you.
Okay, great. I'm gonna wait until after the feast to corner one of them.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else want to do anything at the feast?
Zutar is kind of just, watching, but standing apart, just, drinking and like, I'm stupid.
I'm stupid.
I suck at life. Fuck.
He's so angsty. He's so angsty. I love it.
Dude, you are such an edgelord.
He's not an edge lord. He's just angsty.
Yuri's probably gonna notice that Cleo and Tavros are talking and appear to be getting along, and she's just gonna be happy about that. Not gonna say anything.
Actually, make an insight check, Yuri.
Okay. These dice have been fucking me.
Oh no. I don't think your insight's
I'm gonna use a lucky punch. What is my insight?
-1.
Jesus Christ. That was
That's
cocked.
Okay.
12.
All right, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
Oh no.
Like, I don't notice them at all.
No, you noticed them, but I was asked. Like, it was something. It was a little
Gotcha.
extra information.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. So no, they seem like they're having a good time.
I'm gonna go around and say hello to people that I know
Okay.
that haven't in a while.
Yeah. So Thornton, how are you spending your night? Or are you just basically being the center of attention, and you never had to move to get food or drink the entire night?
That's about it. Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll call that session, and tomorrow we'll do, or next Friday we'll deal with the hangovers.
Oh god.
What's a hangover exactly?
You're a dwarf. You get advantage on hangover checks.
Yeah, McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I know. I'm thinking about McDonald's too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone,
All that in a bag of chips.
Everyone enjoy that session. That super
It was very
RP heavy
good.
session.
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Yep.
I felt really good because I got to make Hale and Thornton kind of the center of attention because
That
like
was
I feel
nice.
like they never got to be that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Yuri,
Everyone was pretty solid.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So I just put something in chat for merch, and I kind of want to order some of this stuff.
Oh no,
It looks really
I'm
cool.
I'm totally
Yeah.
buying a shirt and probably a hat.
I was gonna say I will
I
definitely.
know, right? Like I like the emblem. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
It's growing on me.
The
fine,
only issue
alright.
the only issue I don't like with the hat is it's not colored.
Yeah, they only let you pick 4 color threads, so I had to figure that. Oh, thank you for the bits, Sternsy.
Yeah, thank you.
Sternsy
Yeah,
Gaming.
very-
I don't have that
Sternsy.
shout out command that you have on yours. You gotta tell me how to program that shit, because I'll shout you out, but everyone's gonna follow Sternsy.
Ooh, there's more.
Right click his name and do the
Oh, yeah,
no,
there's a
left click
mug.
his
There's a
name or add,
mug.
go to his thing and follow him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna order some stuff cuz
I'll probably get a shirt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's
At
cool
least.
we even have her. So I'm actually thinking we can do like I got another idea for a shirt. We can do like ice meat apple brandy.
Oh,
Ice meat
yeah.
apple
Yep.
bread. Okay.
And we can have like Zutar with a bottle.
Like
Yeah.
nobody will get it. We'll wear this shit
guys
out in
gotta
public.
send
People are
me a
like, what the
list of,
hell is
like,
that?
The 20
What the hell is that?
people-
That's
It's my
me.
favorite shirt, asshole.
My favorite shirt with my favorite character made by my favorite person. That's me.
Yeah, because I have quite a few like t-shirt ideas.
Oh
By
yeah.
all means, we can just upload pictures and just get them printed. And I'll put the profit
think-
margin down
I
to
think the
nothing so we
meme
get
of
it
Rob
for reasonable
Needs
pricing.
to be a t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
The picture that we have of Rob and the meme that needs to be on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I feel like it does.
100%
Yeah.
does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
the profit margin's way too high. I'm just gonna bring this all down to profit margin of $1, so that way everybody can get a reasonable price on this shit.
And honestly, let's buy a few and let's do giveaways.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
idea
yeah.
too.
I see no issue with that. Anybody in chat see an issue with that? No, I didn't think so.
Okay, so tell you what, let's up the ante on the hammer name. I'll buy, a standard dice set and we'll throw in a t-shirt maybe.
I think there should be first and second and third place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, very nice.
All right, so what would first place be?
First place can be the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
People want the T-shirt. I feel like people want the dice
I
more.
don't- The dice? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm a dice guy.
Maybe, I don't know.
We'll work
We
over
could do,
the
Yeah, we'll work
specifics
over
of
the
it.
details.
We'll post in our Discord exactly what the rewards are, but you all know the criteria. Basically, come up with the best name. And
Are they
I'll tell you
allowed
what.
to submit
I'll tell you
more
what.
than one
We'll have a. Here's a good idea. We'll whoever gets first, second, and third, you pick your reward.
Okay. Sure.
There we go. Yeah, because everyone's
We'll
gonna
give
want
options, and we'll say, "What do you want?"
Mm-hmm.
That way, 3 people get something,
Yeah.
and who's ever in first gets the canon name.
Oh, I don't know. Are we really risking that?
Well,
Oh,
as long
yeah.
as we don't pick
'Cause
a
what if-
name
what
like
if no-
Doctor
what if
Poopy Butthole.
I was gonna say, what if number 1 was like Dr. Butthole's like anus hammer?
Well,
But then that wouldn't be number
That
one.
wouldn't be number
Exactly.
1. We have to. It has to be a practical name, guys.
All right.
It can be funny, but it's gotta be practical.
There goes my entry, says Hammer.
You're
Yeah.
gonna put in your own entry.
Yeah,
I just want to buy shirts, damn it.
so if anyone in the chat wants to be a part of this giveaway, join the Discord and we'll post the rules and requirements and the prizes.
Yeah, definitely. The final thing for tonight, though. Normally, I forget this. Last week we did okay, but this week we don't have the same people. So who are we gonna raid?
Our Stream of Many Things streaming right now?
They are not. That's
Oh,
that's
that's a
what I was
shame.
referring to. We don't have the same people.
That's a shame. Who else can we raid?
So I'm thinking some other D&D streamer, but
Oh, absolutely.
we prefer to host to lower tier people. If we host to somebody that's got 348 views, that's the top one right now. No.
No, like give it to
No.
someone who has like 3
No.
and make their day.
I'm thinking like around the range of like 10 viewers.
Yep. Okay.
So that
Alright.
way we can like double their
Yeah,
viewers.
I'll definitely keep it running.
um,
I'm definitely going to McDonald's though.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you've got
Rob.
time. You've got time. Oh, Massachusetts doesn't have time because we got a curfew now.
I'm in Rhode Island, motherfucker.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, maybe I should. No, can't do that.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got? Anybody got any suggestions for raid?
No one I
Rating.
know is online right now.
No.
Yeah.
We're not going for people that we know that are online. We're going for a rando here. We're scrolling down the list, which there's a lot of people
Are we
streaming
looking
D&D
specifically
right
for
now.
a D&D?
Yeah, I want to do a D&D one, unless you guys have something else.
Yeah,
that's...
I mean, unless a friend is streaming right now, and also Sternsy, when are you doing Life is Strange?
Again?
Well, he only beat the first episode. There's 5
Oh.
episodes, and I watched that whole thing.
I couldn't. I was working that day till like
Guys,
3 in the afternoon.
Wait, I have an idea.
Tomorrow. He's
sorry,
going tomorrow.
sorry.
Oh, we're gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that conquest. Are you
I'll
still
pull it
going
up on my
that?
phone. I'll pull it up on my phone. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going. When are we going?
Wait, I have an idea.
It's from 12 to 5.
There.
Sorry, Carly.
Guys, hey.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you know how our first ever campaign together was playing through Tyranny of Dragons?
Yes.
I found someone who's streaming Tyranny of Dragons right now.
All right, give me the name. Put the
Okay,
name in
it's-
chat.
Okay, it's Little Chook. Little
Type it up.
Chook. Okay, give me a second.
Chook. Chook. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go to a
in the
game
Discord.
place. Game board.
Yeah,
Um,
and you're gonna meet the people we've been working with on
Oh.
Wednesdays.
God, those nerds. I'm kidding. I'm just as bad. Yeah, so we're gonna do that tomorrow. But Sternsy, we're gonna pull up your stream. At least I'm gonna pull up your stream on my phone, and I'm gonna lurk it on my PC before I even leave the house.
Man, I don't want to sound selfish like the whole stream's based on me, but man, can you do it? Can you like cut in between the time or do it later in the day? Because I'm
No,
really...
don't. He's gonna stream when when he wants
But
to
I
stream.
actually want to pay attention. It's not like I want to
I'll
like...
pull it up on my phone. And you can watch it on my
What?
phone.
But I don't want to, because we're doing stuff. It's not like I can be like, oh, I'm just going to stop what I'm doing during the event to watch a stream. You know what I mean?
Lame.
Not a supporter.
Yeah, I stop what I'm doing all the time and watch your guys' streams.
Yeah, Rob's
Yeah.
got this double standard.
About half the time.
Oh, hey, look, he says he's good all day. So actually,
I mean, can you maybe do later in the day, like the evening?
Wow, Rob is being so demanding and asking others.
Okay, you don't understand.
Listen here, Donald Trump.
Your head,
All right, you don't understand. Life is Strange is one of my favorite games, and I have like literally no one to fucking talk to about it. And Sterny is streaming it, and I'm enjoying every second of it. Okay.
I gotta say, I went back and I watched it, and so I saw all the chat. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was highly entertained by Sterny and you, just the back and forth.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
So good. It's so good. It's so good.
You guys should bump us.
We
because
gonna
gotta
raid?
get McDonald's.
Yeah,
What
I'm
the-
gonna go.
I don't know.
I still don't have that name in chat
Bye.
unless you put it in Discord. You put
I
it in
put it in the
Discord, didn't you?
Discord.
All right.
Yeah.
You
I
little
can
I'm
put it
shit.
gonna be right back, and then I'll be back. And if people are still around, I'll say hi. But I also want to go get McDonald's, so I'm not.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. You
It's
can
in-
do
it's
your
in
McDonald's
the-
thing.
It's in Twitch now.
I just want to thank everybody for stopping by tonight, and dealing with our technical fouls. Check out this little Chook channel. Give them a watch.
Yeah, it's up to 1. We're good.
We're gonna rate them right now. I hit the
Yeehaw,
button,
let's
but
go.
I don't see it coming up. Why did it not?
Oh, are they not streaming anymore?
Something went wrong. Try running that action again quickly. Oh shit.
They might be done.
No, they're still going.
No, they're
they're
probably
going.
still going. It's probably my fault. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Do 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 do. I don't know if anybody even watches Cowboy Bebop, but all right, here we go. Boop, boop. Thanks for coming.
Bye.